Ray Dalio, a billionaire and the founder of one of the largest and most successful hedge funds in the world, Bridgewater Associates, has predicted that we are headed for an economic recession. In this video, I'm going to break down what he foresees and how it could potentially affect you. So why does the founder of the world's largest hedge fund and author of best-selling books think we're headed for a recession? Get ready for an edge-of-your-seat experience with the cutting-edge predictions of a billionaire investor. Dalio believes the current economic cycle, which has been strong for the past several years, is nearing its end. Dalio says that the world is currently facing extraordinary challenges today, which it had never experienced in the past. That includes interest rates, power conflict, as well as political uncertainty. Let's start off with interest rates. As we all know, interest rates are a crucial tool that central banks use to manage and control the health of the economy. When interest rates are kept low for long periods of time, it can create an environment that encourages borrowing and spending. This allows businesses and consumers to take on more debt, which helps fuel economic growth. However, as interest rates eventually begin to rise, businesses and consumers may find it more difficult to pay back their debts. According to Dalio, the Fed would increase the interest rates to counter inflation, which would lead to a slowdown in economic activity as people start to pull back on their spending in order to avoid taking on more debt or defaulting altogether. And when there's a decline in spending across the economy, the recession is often not far behind. So, why does Ray Dalio believe that rising interest rates are the main driver of recessions? Well, according to him, it's because gradual increases in interest rates over time tend to have a larger impact than abrupt ones. So, even if central banks raise interest rates very gradually at first, this can eventually lead to an economic downturn when those higher rates become too much for businesses and consumers to handle. This is just one reason why economists like Dalio believe that central banks need to be very cautious when raising interest rates so as to not cause too big of a shock for our economies. And while no one knows exactly what's going to happen with our current economic climate, it's clear that rising interest rates will continue playing a major role in shaping our future financial well-being. So, if you want to stay ahead of the curve and keep your investments safe in these turbulent times, you can't afford to miss the second cause of this looming recession. The second one on the list is power conflict. It has been widely reported that there's a growing power conflict between the United States and China, and many experts believe that this conflict could lead to a recession. In a recent interview with Bloomberg, Dalio claimed that economic tensions between these two superpowers have the potential to destabilize global markets and jeopardize economic growth around the world. Dalio explained that there are two main drivers behind this conflict. First, China's ambitious plans to grow its economy through infrastructure development and innovation. And second, America's desire to maintain its dominance in key sectors like technology and finance. These competing interests are often expressed through various trade disputes and other forms of economic warfare, which can cause tremendous disruption in global markets. As Dalio puts it, there comes a point at which countries start fighting for things that really matter, for their economies. So, what does all this mean for ordinary people? Well, it means that we all need to be alert for signs of an economic downturn. If tensions between the US and China continue to escalate, we could see recessions in both countries, as well as negative repercussions across the global economy. If you are truly interested in understanding the current economic climate and preparing for the possible next recession, then don't miss the final possible reason on Dalio's list. Last but not least, political uncertainty. It is no secret that we are currently facing a period of great political uncertainty, with a growing wealth gap and values gap that is causing conflicts within our society. According to financial expert Ray Dalio, this internal conflict is what's driving the next recession. Dalio argues that this unrest and polarization at the national level has created a dangerous cocktail of political instability and economic risk. He believes that this tension will continue to rise in the coming years as populism on both sides continues to grow, making it increasingly difficult for politicians to find common ground and take action to address these important issues. While some may view these tensions and conflicts as simply part of the political process, Dalio sees them as major warning signs that point to serious economic risks ahead. As he explains in his latest report, if you look at history, those times where there have been populism movements, every one of those periods has had huge market stresses. Hence, if you're bothered about the looming recession or worried about your financial future, it's crucial to pay attention to what's happening in our political landscape and remain vigilant against any potential threats to our economy. Because as Dalio warns, the biggest thing going on economically now is this populism wave, which could lead us into a recession. So, if you want to protect your investments and financial well-being, it's important to pay attention to the political tensions, interest rates, and power struggles that are shaping our economy. As Ray Dalio warns, these issues could potentially lead us into a recession. Stay informed and stay vigilant in these worrisome times. If you found this video informative, please consider subscribing to our channel and liking and sharing this video with your friends and family. Together, we can stay informed and protect ourselves during these uncertain times. Thank you for watching.